Alright, y'all, here's the dilemma. Or number one, if Jesus is not the Messiah, then Islam is false. Because Islam explicitly says that he is. Why? This is a truth claim. Here is Horn 1. Jesus is not the Messiah because 1. Islam provides no definition of the term Messiah. 2. The meaning of Messiah comes from the Hebrew scriptures. 3. Islamic literature provides no criteria for identifying a Messiah. 4. The Messiah does have defined criteria, but only in the law and the prophets. 5. Jesus in Islam does not fulfill those criteria at all. 6. The final one is that role contradicts the Islamic Jesus. So therefore, folks, the Islamic Jesus does not deserve the title Messiah. So, horror number 2. If we turn to the only source that defines the role Messiah, the Hebrew scriptures, then Islam is also false. Why do I say that? Well, if the Hebrew scriptures are accepted, then 1. The law and the prophets contradict the Islamic portrayal of Jesus. 2. The Messianic criteria found in the Hebrew scriptures cannot be reconciled with Islamic teachings. 3. The title Messiah, when defined by the Hebrew scriptures, does not fit the Islamic Jesus. Therefore, Islam cannot fulfill the Hebrew criteria for the Messiah. Well, here's my conclusion. After all this, maybe Muslims are confused. So, I believe, folks, if Muslims deny the Hebrew scriptures as a source, then they have no grounds for the term Messiah at all. But if they accept it, they are contradicted. In other words, there is no neutral ground. Either they have no criteria, or they have criteria that proves them wrong. Islam can't have it both ways. If they reject the Hebrew scriptures, they have no grounding for the term Messiah. But if they accept it, then they contradict themselves. So in other words, reject the scriptures, you lose the meaning. Accept them, then you lose coherence. Why would they even need to go to the Hebrew scriptures, folks? Well, that's because Messiah is a Hebrew term, so we have to trace it back to Hebrew origin. And in Hebrew origins, we find it comes from the Hebrew scriptures. We don't see it coming from Islam. Islam provides no meaning, as I said before. So, any way you look at it, Islam is false. So, folks, if you think about considering Islam, remember the dilemmas we have presented. Thank you.